AI can now edit and improve your spreadsheets, documents, PDF, PowerPoints, you name it. And I'm not talking about it can give you feedback and advice. I'm talking it can actually go into the document and edit it. This is a new update from Claude, from the company Anthropic, which is probably the number one competitor to ChatGPT. That's arguable, but it's definitely up there. And what I've noticed from the beginning with Claude is they're really good at adding these little application layers, these little useful utilities that some of the other players don't have. And I found this, when I saw this update, I thought it was interesting. I've been waiting for something like this to happen in the world of AI. And so what I wanted to do is provide a couple walkthrough examples of what this could look like and how you can take this and run with it in your job, in your business, in your life, whatever you need document help with, right? For the example of this video, we're going to be focusing on spreadsheets because they're the most complex. However, like I said, you can do PowerPoints, you can do presentations, you can do PDFs, and so on and so forth. And what you'll see is, you can go read this if you want, but basically Claude can now create and edit files. It can create and edit Excel spreadsheets, documents, PowerPoint slides, PDFs directly in Claude AI in the desktop app. So basically, instead of only receiving text message responses or in-app artifacts, you can describe what you need, upload relevant data, and get ready to use files in return. That's absolutely mind-blowing. Okay, so I want to practice it in real life. Let's see what this looks like. And so what I did is I created a couple different spreadsheets and I created a bunch of sample data. And in the sample data, let me just zoom in so you can see it here. For some reason when I stream on OBS, it's like very hard to see. But anyways, okay, test 1, great. So you'll see we have some sample data here. Test 2, we have sample data here. Test 3, and test 4. Okay, so let's go ahead. I've already ran these prompts, by the way. I just wanted to make sure it worked in advance. And so what I'm going to do is start with the first example. So test number 1. Let's zoom in for you. So what the prompt said was, and I know this is a little blurry for you to see, but I'll read it out for you. So here's my messy sales data. Can you clean it up, standardize the formatting, remove duplicates if any, fix the inconsistent date formats and pricing, create a summary by product and region, and add a chart showing sales trends. And just as a reminder, this is the test spreadsheet that we have. And so what happens from here, this is where it gets interesting. So Claude says, sure, I'll clean up your sales data, standardize the formatting, basically just repeating what I say. And so, it kind of shows you how it's thinking, which is interesting. You can see it's reading the Excel file. It can see the data structure. It's putting it into JavaScript. Standardizing the data like we asked for. I need to redefine the data variable since it's not persisting. And yeah, I'm not going to read all of these, but you get an idea. So now I'll create an interactive dashboard with your clean data, summaries, and visualizations. So we'll click on this in just a second. But what the output was, data cleaning complete. So standardized date formats, they all now use year, month, date. Fix the product names for consistency. Clean the pricing, standardize the regions, fix customer names, and check for duplicates. Now, key insights from your data, overall performance, it lists out revenue. So this is just kind of giving me some more feedback and metrics and letting me know like, hey, laptop was the best seller. Here's your overall revenue, dashboard features. It's really cool. So let's go ahead and see what this looks like now. And I just want to make sure that you guys are going to be able to see this when I click on it. So where are we? Okay, here we go. Wow. That's impressive. Okay, so it took my spreadsheet information and it created this. So it basically, this is absolutely insane. So total revenue, total transactions, average sale, date range, daily sales trend, product performance, regional distribution, product summary, regional summary. This is literally mind-blowing. Clean sales data. And then it cleaned it up. And I can also download the data. Let me scroll down so you can see it. It's cutting off. Let me pull this up. Download clean data as CSV. So I could just download all the clean data into one CSV file, or I can simply have this presentation. This is freaking insane. And it probably took, I would say, about a minute to run this prompt. So it didn't take very long at all, given it wasn't a huge spreadsheet. But let's look at test number 2. So we have some more data. It's a little bit unorganized, it's a little bit out of formatting, revenue, cost, customer count, product line, so on and so forth. So once again, what I asked for was using this revenue data, create a financial projection model for the next 12 months with 3 scenarios: conservative 5% growth, moderate 10% growth, aggressive 15% growth. Include profit margins, break-even analysis, and sensitivity tables. Add conditional formatting to highlight key metrics. So a little bit of a different ask here, but still pretty similar and in the same vein. You'll see it did all of this. Based on the revenue data from your Excel file, create a comprehensive financial projection model with 3 growth scenarios, profit margins, break-even analysis, and sensitivity tables. This model includes interactive features and conditional formatting to highlight key metrics. So once again, what it does here is it just kind of breaks down everything, kind of gives me the highlights, gives me the the high-level overview based on your historical data, blah, blah, blah. So let's see what the actual output looks like. Let me go to the 12-month financial projection, pull this into your view. Okay, so this is insane. Gosh, this is so crazy. So it gives you you can click into it. Let's look at conservative. All the metrics change. Let's look at aggressive, 15% growth. I mean, this is really, really, really cool. And now all of this shifts based on the projection. So let's go back. It's all different. This is almost hard to comprehend. This is so crazy. It gives us a revenue and profit trend. So revenue, profit, and cost. For me, a visual learner, this is a complete game changer. So not only are we getting high-level overviews, we're getting clickable scenarios we can change. We're getting monthly projections. We're getting sensitivity analysis. I mean, profit sensitivity to cost ratio. It just keeps going. And, it shows the conservative, moderate, and aggressive. And here's the break-even analysis. So once again, it gives us a very comprehensive, very detailed document that we can actually plug and play with. We can click into, we can say, hey, I like this, I don't like this, I want to look at what it's like conservatively, I want to look at what it's like aggressively, and so on and so forth. And I had a couple more tests planned for you guys. I'll just show you. Yeah. Had a couple more tests planned for you guys. However, I ran out of bandwidth on Claude. So it's asking me to subscribe to Max. That is the one downside of Claude, is if you're using 4.1 Opus, which is the #1 model, you can run out of data pretty quickly. And so you have to wait like 3 hours or 4 hours or 5 hours until you can use it again. However, the point is, if you use spreadsheets, documents, presentations, this is going to transform your workflow. It's going to cut your work time maybe in 10th. I don't even want to say half. And it's little updates like these that get dropped over time. When we think about the GPT-5 update, everyone's like, oh, it's not that big of a deal. Well, that's because we got 30 of these in between GPT-4 and GPT-5. So it's incrementally increasing week by week, month by month. And when people say AI is not accelerating as quickly, they're not taking into consideration these little updates that just trickle in, and these products get better and better and better. When GPT-4 came out, you couldn't even attach like more than an image to it. So this is crazy. I'm going to be diving into this more, and I will create a more in-depth video on it. However, what I do want to say is that if you have questions about how to use this, or if you have a specific job that you're wondering how can I use AI better for, or if you have a business that you want to incorporate AI into, leave a comment. I'm happy to make a video on it. It's almost like a free audit for you because it provides value to my followers and helps me learn as well. So I hope this video was helpful. If it was, please subscribe, like, leave a comment. It really helps me out a lot. And just trying to provide AI in a way that is easy to digest, not overwhelming, and so we can all have it, because AI should be democratized. It should not be for only a certain subset of people.